Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting quarterfinal matchup between MidiGuyDP and Stewie Cartman in this best-of-3 showdown as the bracket stages continue in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament. Hi, everyone. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Joining me on the commentary tonight, Krista Joy 730. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. MidiGuyDP and Stewie Cartman here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I am super duper stoked. And what makes this even better, we have a huge Slabanaka waiting for us, and it's Team Total Carnage reunited for the trilogy, Laz.
That's correct. Quick, determine what world should be first.
You know I'm always six gang, but there's always our RWO folks in chat. So I'm going to go with RWO just to make chat happy.
I'm going to go for the deuce here. Let's go for Desert World first. That is going to be my prediction. Desert World.
Yes, I'm normally six gang, but I'm trying to give our chaos folks, yes, chat, Slabanaka. It is a Slabanaka. When you have, someone like Stewie Cartman who took out Booba, it's, that it was awesome to watch that. Did you see that one, Lost?
Yeah, that was quite the match. I mean, boy, oh boy, we've had some really competitive matches here in the bracket stages of the tournament here. And to me, this is going to be no exception here as these runners are underway. And we are starting with World 5. And Salty Kitty was the only one who predicted that. And we're starting things off with 6-8.
That's actually a big yuck.
Well, we don't have a Boss Bass to deal with, but we do have the Boss Bass Jr., the Cheap.
Ah, the sniper cheap that wants to come and ruin your day. And when you're little Mario in this particular stage, you have to advance with caution.
Exactly, and look at that, Stewie, nicely done. But it is MidiGuy who has the early hole shot. The first lead in our first fort is one of the Bowser military stages. We've got the Air Force.
Yes, Rocky Wrench is doing their job with Captain Boom Boom manning the main ship. And, one thing that I always say when it comes to Bowser's military, these guys are the hardest working, military I've ever seen. They take their bunks, but they return back to get bonked again. That's why I always say salute the military.
Absolutely here. And MidiGuy making quick work, as does Stewie, and that will build our bridge to get to panel number 3. Midi not going to go into the Toad House, and we have a hand stage. This is the Hammer Brothers Party Mix.
Yeah, and considering that MidiGuy would have benefited greatly from an item, this is a great way to get it without going to the Mushroom House, and it is a Jugum Cloud, Lost.
That is huge, and by the way, that is a validated party mix because we saw all 4 types.
Yes.
Uh-oh, here's a nasty, look at how close that was. That's a very difficult screen to navigate, but MidiGuy might have a better opportunity on dry ground. But he doesn't, and here is Stewie going to have to avoid a few boomerangs here on the pirate ship, picking up his star.
Now, I think the best move right now is to go to that Mushroom House.
Wow. Midi is going to go ahead and use the Jugum Cloud on panel 9. Now Stewie having the same problem. And look at this. It takes him to the way out. And we've got the World 2 airship.
Wow. That's actually a big brain play.
I like it. Right now, it's Fire Bros 4. The player's nothing. Stewie finally going to get one on the board, though. Nicely done. Is able to take him down and hang on to that Jugum Cloud and picking up. Oh, boy, it's a hammer.
A hammer. Oh.
And that is a hammer that Midi is never going to see, Krista.
No. And the thing is.
Oh, but look at this. Stewie's playing the fort. He didn't need to.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This is real unfortunate for Stewie.
So yeah, Stewie being a little bit conservative in his choice here because he's thinking to himself, if this is Paradox Pipe and he's blocked, it's going to cost him time. But little does he know, he does not have to play for F1. So Meaty, and he's going to get a hammer anyways, which could come in handy here in World 2. What is Meaty Guy? He's going to go ahead and play the fort as well, and it's World 1 fort. Now he's saying to himself, nope, don't need it.
Yeah, you always take 100 coin penalty when you get that particular fort because you know it's absolutely useless. And you know, ooh, this is another potentially nasty stage, Laws.
Yeah, we may see Stewie juke him this level. 5-3, one of the longest levels in the game.
Yes, absolutely. And it is a time sink. And we have a son that just wanted to go into ninja mode. It kind of hid from us.
All right, Stewie does take care of Roy, moving on to the second world, and Meaty Guy picks up the power-up. And almost nothing but fire shooting piranhas there, but Meaty Guy does get through 5-3. Now, lives are a factor here. Meaty Guy only has 1 extra life left. Stewie's got 3.
Yeah, game over is never a good thing. Oh, this is another potentially interesting level.
Now, this one won't be so bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but it can be if you are not careful and you accidentally land in the drink.
Right, and in this case, it'd be pretty bad because you do have that flying cheap that's there. Stewie, seeing World 1 fort, knows it's not required, so he's going to take that 100-coin fine. But 7-8, another potential skip you could see a runner do. I know I would skip it.
Yeah, I would skip this one, definitely. I just don't like piranha plants personally.
And there's the reason why. One of the reasons why. Good old boss pass, and Meaty gonna despawn it by going into the pipe. Let's see if he decides to check what's behind the question mark. He is gonna check and find a few 1-ups. Hey, he could use those 1-ups, but he's only gonna grab 1.
You can see the hurry, but honestly, if you could protect yourself as much as possible, especially considering that you had a rough start, it's always good to pack in a couple of lives without the fanfare.
All right, we do see this is where the hammer's going to come into play here because you're going to skip a few levels by not having to play the fort. So Meaty Guy picks up the star, but yeah, Stewie's going to have that extra hammer.
Yeah, so we may see a play that is literally hammer, jugum to castle. And I would go for that one, especially in the early game. Try to establish a lead if possible. Or in Stewie's case, you know, kind of play some catch up.
Most certainly there. And Stewie's going to see panel number 2. This is going to be 7-8. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to play it out, or at least try to play it out. And nice shot there by Meaty Guy, but unfortunately mistimes the fall in, but he will survive 2-3.
Yes. Entering some danger zone with a potential fanfare. You know, if by muscle memory you just kind of run for it. And on Stewie's side, Stewie
does the same thing, only going to take 1.
Well, you know, I'm not a level of player like Teeks where I can manage, you know, all 8 worlds.
Oh, man. This is a chance for Morton to get super duper salty because he had the earthquake, but sadly, Krista, just a 2-hitter.
No. I am so disappointed in Morton. The least Morton could do is, you know, just down like a couple of McDonald's.
Ooh, so Stewie is going to juke him the quicksand level. So both of their players have spent their Jugum Cloud.
Yep. And that was actually a great play because, you know, playing the sand stage would only be a time sink.
All right, 5F1. We do need to break a lock in this 2-fort World 1. Stewie's going to have to get one more hit, and he does.
Yeah, and we're right now in the forgotten fort that nobody really cares about.
Yeah, because I know when I was a kid, I never liked playing this fort. I would just play panel 3.
Yeah, like who really wants to play that? You always go panel 3 over this particular, fort. It's like, that's
And that is the correct fort, so we'll never know what that other fort is, but
one of the blessed stages. Let's go. And it's required because there's no Jugum Cloud.
Yep, and Stewie already spent his too, so yeah, this should be fun. And what makes this super... Oh, Stewie's going for the other fort, the World 2 fort, so he's going to fall even further behind Meaty Guy.
No, if Stewie was in a casino right now, he would be crapping out, Laws.
Yep, he would be crapping out, bust, any of those other terminologies that you find in the casino.
Yes, and Dust has gotten my seal of approval for having one of the blessed levels. Now all we need is just to look at some 7-5 max chaos goodness and Atlantis and 6-6. Oh, we just need the bestest levels.
Yeah, you got that right, Krista. But meanwhile, Meaty was able to avoid the fireworks there. And yeah, Stewie now sees the mistake because 5F1 is going to be the solution which will break the lock he needs. So, and now he's in a little bit of trouble as we do have the World 5 airship here and a mushroom for Meaty Guy.
Yeah, and, it's a sad day when the Forgotten Fort is actually useful.
Yeah, most certainly is. And let's see how Meaty Guy fares. Another weak Koopaling here. This one a 2-hitter.
All right, Dust. I know you're good at getting the levels, but what is up with these really weak sauce?
I'll tell you. Bowser's not feeding his Koopalings. Blame it on the dad.
Yeah, once he got Bowser Jr., he was like, you guys are just a bunch of tryhards. I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Pretty much, Krista. Pretty much. All right. So Stewie's going to have to be careful of that one fire chomp toward the end here in 5-9. 5-9, of course, one of the 3 situations where the auto-scrollers are not turned off. The other, you've mentioned it earlier, was Atlantis. And the third situation are the Cloud Heavens. And Stewie trying to do some artful dodging here on this fire chomp and survives.
Have you noticed that most of the Hammer Brothers have been Fire Bros?
Oh, yes. These are, this is where you really want to have a fire suit in these kind of fights. Now, we have to build the bridge here. Let's find out if this is going to be the fort. We have 5F2 now, the lava fort. Nice play for Stewie using that star because it was an underwater situation. He'll get his P-Wing.
Yes.
Oh no, Meaty Guy getting potaboed here in 5F2, so that could give Stewie a chance to gain some seconds.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate when that happens. I'm not a big fan of the lava fort, but if there's any person who's up to doing a Jesus clip.
Oh no, Meaty couldn't slow down in time. He runs into the Boo Diddley. Even more time that Stewie can gain on Meaty Guy. And gonna use the frog suit.
Yes, we're gonna swim in lava. Let's go. Get your lava boy soap ready because we are taking a lava bath until the Potabo just took it away.
And now Meaty in trouble, and he's gonna grab the mushroom. Oh, and he's gonna lose it just as quickly. Oh, this 5F2 really coming to trouble. Despawned the Boo Diddley that time, though. I don't know how Meaty Guy did it, but he just needs to get through Boom Boom.
Yeah, let's say some prayer emojis for Midi and hope that Midi doesn't end up like the Midi.
Well, Stewie's going to play the pirate ship first. So he's going to save it, and that does build the bridge. So there was a second fort, and luckily it's... Meaty Guy doesn't notice!
Hey,
he didn't notice that the bridge was built!
Oh, dear. I know you want to try to, level up Mario, make him look good, but this is absolutely the wrong way to do it.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. The lock is actually guarding our progress. I didn't think it was. You never think to see a lock right there. I mean, I've done a lot of commentary for Mario 3 Randomizer. I never think to see a lock there. You're always focusing on that bridge. They're both required.
No, I don't believe hammers break locks.
No,
So
they do not.
the only thing you're gonna break with the hammer is just
Yeah,
a
see,
rock.
what it is blocking the castle. You never think about that, Krista. I certainly wasn't thinking about it. You
And
never
I'm
see it in
usually-
World 4.
I'm usually like wishing for that to happen in World 8, but not World 4. And this is our ice flight fort is what I call it, because it's better to fly through this instead of going, being like a plane that's grounded.
Stewie made those two beetles collide, and now he's gonna have to go back and find another one. Actually, he has to. Yeah, he found it because he was about to go into that pipe, which would have reset everything.
Yeah, and that would have been a huge time sink. Oh my goodness.
Stewie just got away with it. You don't get many iframes when you go from Big Mario to Small Mario, and I thought for a moment that piranha was gonna take him down, but he got away with it.
Yeah, that's real use of the invincibility frames, really, because it's so easy to get clapped. Just like what happened in the ice fort.
Stewie could not afford that one, and Meaty going to use the P-Wing here, and this is the World 3 airship, and he's going to use the P-Wing to fly over that mast.
Yes, and Stewie did get a Jugon Cloud. Not that that's going to make too much of a difference right now. And opting to go with a P-Wing so we can fly underneath. Well played by Stewie on trying to recoup some time that's been lost.
All right, Meaty Guy a little too low, unfortunately, to get the skip.
Yeah, you hate to see it. But it's always good to see Mario on the up instead of the down, I guess. We could look at it that way.
All right, so Meaty the first one into World 4. Stewie now gonna have to play this Hammer Brother as well. And yeah, more Fire Bros. They're gonna be seeing these guys in their nightmares tonight, Krista.
Yes, and Dust Minion, I guess Dust Minion put all the bad mojo in the enemy set and said, I forgot all about the Koopa Kids. It has to be one of those issues.
Absolutely here. And by the way, we did get a Hammer Brothers suit from the princess, but Stewie making that long trip back as he just got sniped by a bullet bill in the airship.
In this case, normally I'm a big fan of you getting the hammer suit by happenstance in one of the stages or mushroom houses, but Peach is being a real bro by handing out a free hammer suit.
All right, here is the Iggy. Oh, Stewie got the old hitbox that Iggy loves to deliver. Man.
Yes.
And those two mistakes that Meaty Guy made in 5F2 have now been neutralized.
Absolutely. I mean, Iggy loves to hitbox you with his big brain, and I think that's the case here. And most people say, Iggy, please. And here is where the time is going to get lost.
If Stewie, of course, can hold on to it. Meaty Guy, rather than, going to get the Tanuki suit, is going to take the 100 coin fine. And again, lives have become a factor again. He's only got 2 extra lives left. And, this is close. I don't know. That's right on the edge there, Krista.
I don't think it was enough.
It was just enough.
It was? Oh my goodness. I was thinking he was like a few pixel frames too.
Yeah, I've seen that pose where sometimes it is, and I've seen that pose where it isn't. That's why I said that's right on the edge.
Yeah. And there's no such thing as maximum tilt when you have Team Total Carnage. It just means total carnage. We love it.
Now, there is a lock. There are 2 forts, it looks like. So we just need to find the fort or the pipe that's going to take us to Wendy's, because the other lock is still on the map. So he just needs to find the one that's going to take him to Wendy's castle. Perhaps it's this pipe right here that... it's got to take the long way. We got to get through a few levels. So this is a nasty, long World 3 here these runners are going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and the hammer doesn't do anything.
Stewie, I love this play. 5-4, you know what to expect. Just use the tail. Skip everything.
Nice. Absolute. Oh, but Wendy is free.
Yeah, because the lock, there were 2 forts. We already saw the lock on the map, so we knew we were in good shape. All right, Stewie has the tail, so he's good to go. So that's a little time he's going to gain back. And, Wendy's got the earthquake, and she's at least a 4-hitter. All the Baconators in the world!
Yes! Wendy finally did something that the other Koopa kids couldn't do. Oh, man, Wendy did not skip leg and arm day, Laz.
Yeah, that explains why all the other Koopalings were weaklings there. Wendy just took all the Baconators.
Yeah. I'm thinking that maybe instead of taking one Flintstone vitamin, she just inhaled the whole...
Exactly. Stewie having a little problems with the Hammer Bro gets his music box, which is still going to come into play. And speaking of which, here's World 7.
I am never a fan of this level.
Yeah, 3-5 can be nasty depending on what the water enemy set is, because you have to avoid those Gelectros here.
Yeah, that was what I always hated, was the Gelectro the Gelectro minefield in general. It was always just terrible.
How in the world did MidiGuy sneak by Big Bertha there? That was pretty impressive.
You know what? I know how it happened, Laz. High school dodgeball. Because everybody is tossing their balls at you. You have to learn to dodge like ninjas. So I'm totally thinking that was what Midi channeled just now.
Nice, perfect fight there. We have a 3-fort World 7 here, and we've got 3F1 now. The door 3 or door 6 fort.
Well, Teeks only acknowledges it as door 3,
right.
So I call it the door 3 fort.
Yep, I call it either because most people who are not named Teeks don't try for that strat in a race.
Yeah, because all I do is fall in the drink.
Yep. Yeah, I want to say other than Teeks, I think Mitch Flower Power utilizes that attempt as well.
Yeah.
Now look at this, that the World 3 forts pair up. Well, that's funny. Unfortunately, it means, for your case, the seat is invalidated.
Dust, how could you? How could you, Dust? I thought we were bros.
I like it, though, because these 2 forts don't pair up very often in the randomizer.
That's very true. That's very true. Because usually 3F2 is just hanging around in World 8, not doing anything.
Yep, and usually 3F1 is elsewhere. But here we go, MidiGuy taking care of the Boom Boom, Stewie taking care of the cards here. Midi's got 3 extra lives to Stewie's 4, so Stewie's not out of the woods, or not out of the running just yet. Who knows what might happen? Well, if there is some kind of block on the Promised Lands, MidiGuy just solved it.
Yes. And chat has a question. Are we live? We are absolutely 100% live. So all of the tilt, all of the pain, you get to see as it happens. Because who wants delayed pain? That's no fun.
And Stewie gets the music box out of the Piranha level there. And yeah, as you can see, Stewie did find the way out, but the problem is, gotta break a lock, which MidiGuy has already taken care of. Gonna use the music blocks to skip that Piranha level, and we have the World 6 airship.
You know, I love your answer to that question, Laz.
Well, I love my answer to it, too. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, here is Ludwig von Koopa. Is he going to be a major hit? Somewhere in between? Somewhere in between. He's a 3-hitter. Had a hot single, but not the album itself there, Krista.
Yeah, one-hit wonder. Can you imagine that?
Yep.
Ludwig,
I can imagine
please.
that.
Let's see. Welcome to Movie Phone. Oh my goodness.
Now, who the heck remembers Movie Phone? I certainly don't.
Oh my goodness. I would have to Google that. 6 gang is the last gang, and
Yep, saving the best for last, Krista.
yes, that's the best way to look at it. We are totally saving the best for last.
Yeah, we saved 7 and 6 for the ending here on this seed.
And that's pretty good. You know, I will appreciate that. So Dust, you are forgiven for the so weak Koopa Kids.
All right, Stewie, unfortunately finding the Toad House that I still have no idea how it stays in business. All right, next up, 5-7 for Meaty Guy, as Stewie has found the way out, but unfortunately for him, the lock is still not broken. He has to play. No, it should be fine. I don't know what he's doing. It was an oversight. Meanwhile, though, Meaty Guy did take a 100-coin fine here in 5-7. Yep, Stewie is, that's the pro move right there. Stewie used his Jugum Cloud to skip everything. Aha! Got it. And he used the pipe as a checkpoint in case he fails here in the World 6 airship. All right, Meaty Guy checking the map here, and we see 2 panel 10s. So there's at least going to be either 2 or 1 for it. 1. We see 3 panel 10s here, Krista. All right, 1-2 with Boss Bass, and Meaty Guy decided to equip the P-Wing. So that should definitely help him out. All right, Meaty Guy is through, no problem at all. Stewie got past Ludwig. He'll be moving on to World 7 as well, which of course is World 6. Unfortunately, even though we only have 1 fort, it needs to be played because we got to break a lock, and hammers do not break locks. So we do have to play it.
And random coin fort is always actually not coin fort, what am I saying? Coin chip is always good to see. You get a free item out of it. And with the dodges on Midi's side, I am so proud of Midi Guy.
Yep, nicely done. Picks up a leaf, and Stewie was trying to snipe the Karibo Goomba right there. And we do have the Carpet Fort, 6F3. Stewie getting past 1-5.
A fun fact, there is actually a good reason for me taking Midi Guy's matchup. What got me into the Mario Brothers Randomizer community, Laws, was actually watching Johnny Link versus Midi Guy. And after that, that's when I started looking at Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer.
Oh, we have the Endless Star on Stewie's side. Should be a free 5-7 for him. There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot of luck. You know, you get through there really quick. Meanwhile, we are still Dora the Exploring on Midi Guys.
Yeah, he needed to complete that fort. He knows what to do. Let's see what Stewie's going to check, but he's going to find the same problem, Krista. He's going to have to break that lock.
Yes. And I'm of the mindset of you see a fort, you play a fort for the most part.
Oh, look at this. Stewie. Wow, he's going back immediately. He's put 1 and 1 together that he knows there's either a lock or bridge waiting for him at the end. And he's right. Oh, no! Meaty takes the long, long fall at the World 7 airship. And that's going to give a chance for Stewie to gain some time.
A lot of time, because you have to take that long walk over there. And that was an unfortunate button, maybe a missed button press.
Yeah, and that's what Mario 3 unfortunately is notorious for sometimes, Chris, is you get that yummy input, those eaten up inputs, and that was a pretty unfortunate time there for MidiGuy to lose an input.
Yeah, see, it's even worse when you're a keyboard player.
All right, Meaty does get through the long airship, but how difficult is Lemmy gonna be? He's a shrimp!
Oh my goodness, the only person of the entire Koopa Kid lineage this time was Wendy. That was it. Everybody else was so weak.
Yep, everybody else was 3 or less. Right you are. All right, people in chat, it's that time again. Make your prediction. How many bridges will it take to build the path to Bowser's Castle? And Stewie gets the fireworks. I don't think he meant to do that, but I think he was more focused on not getting eaten up by Boss Bass there.
So, are we going to see any negative ones in chat, Oz? Do you think there's anyone who's about chaos?
Could be. But we start with the Super Tanks level. We're going to get an idea of how far Stewie is back here. But he's going to be about a minute back. The wand grab was 28 minutes and 26 seconds on MidiGuy's side. And remember that it was a one-hit quitter that Lemmy ended up being. So it's going to be a little bit more than a minute. Having a tail here definitely goes a long way towards success. Let's see how Stewie handles the fight. No problem at all. Takes it down. We look at the clock here. 71 seconds. That's the amount of time Stewie's going to have to make up here in World 8.
And we have back-to-back, quote-unquote.
Ooh, Meaty falls, shorts the jump, loses the fire suit, and now Meaty's not going to... This could be a blessing in disguise for Meaty, potentially. We'll see.
It could be, but Donut Fort you usually can get through pretty easily. So, you know, if you can finish it quick, just get it done and over with. You know, just so you can say, I broke a lock or put a bridge.
And that ends up just being a convoluted circle here as MidiGuy's trying to find Hand Bridge or Bowser's Castle. No locks. So it's not 4 bridges because we saw a lock in the dark area, but 3 is still in play.
And 3 bridges would be absolutely horrendous.
Absolutely, because that means MidiGuy's going to have some work to do. Yeah, right now it's pick a pipe, any pipe. There are 6 pipes on Hand Bridge. 1 is required. Stewie's going to do the same thing. He's also not going to play 4F2, and he's going to find the same conundrum. But he is going to play 6F1, the escalator fort. And MidiGuy's right there, too. If this is the one that breaks the lock, Stewie could have a chance to snipe, but here's the thing. MidiGuy knows the path. Stewie does not, Krista.
Yeah, the exploration knowledge is going to pay dividends right now. And
yep. Now, of course, if this does not break the lock, then it is still anybody's game. Oh, we've got a bro. Get your bros out and get your bros out again.
Yeah, double bra moment. Who would have thought? Oh, my God.
No, that is not the one that builds the bridge. We keep playing, Krista. Would it possibly be?
I think it's Donut Fort. I think it's Donut Fort.
Wouldn't it be something if it was Donut Fort and both of them missed out on it for totally different reasons?
Yeah.
Well, we're about to find out here. If we see a lock explode, we know that's not it. If nothing happens, then it's it. Let's take a look.
Come on, Donut Fort Dream.
It is!
I was right!
So MidiGuy could have wrapped it up if he did not take that unfortunate death, but Stewie, though, still doesn't know about the 1 bridge. So yeah, we now know Donut Fort is the solution here, and it's still advantage MidiGuy. It is going to take some kind of collapse here for MidiGuy not to win game number 1, Krista.
Exactly. That's why I said, and it's not a particularly hard fort to clear. So, you know, even if I died the first time, I still would have played it out. It's done. Because it would be a long way back.
And Stewie has now seen the bad news. He too has to go back and play 4F2. So it's kind of funny. We call World 8 the great equalizer for a reason, and it definitely equalized both of them for different reasons.
Yes, and mind you, in Stewie's case,
and glutamic acid is absolutely right. This is not over still. There is a hand that is guarding the path. And MidiGuy first try! It's advantage MidiGuy right here, so he's in the catbird seat to win game number 1.
Yeah. Oh, man. Now, see, the hands would have come into play, honestly, Laz, if this was Teeks running, because Teeks loves to get 4 hands.
Right, Teeks or Macobra.
That's how you know Teeks is running, when you get like 4 hands on a single hand pile.
Meaty did not get the mac and cheese, is opting to try to get through this nasty set, and no laser. MidiGuy in the clear. Hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser.
Hi, Bowser.
And GG's to MidiGuyDP takes game number 1.
Yes, get your GG's in chat. Wow, that was just amazing, Laz.
Yep, great race. Stewie pretty much kept up with him the entire time, but both players taking a few costly 100-coin fines here and there, but it was the heads-up play that MidiGuy made at the beginning of the game in World 5. Look at this, Stewie gonna get the mac and cheese.
Yes, absolutely.
Just unfortunate for him, it's gonna be too little too late. And here we go. Hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser.
Hi, Bowser.
And we're going to get official times on both of these runners in a moment. But Stewie did make up a little bit of ground on Meaty in that World 8. Remember, he was 71 seconds back, and he is going to cut it to less than a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, the issue with MidiGuy, where he lost time, was just not playing Donut Fort.
Yeah, he could have made it a lot more of a comfortable victory if he just would have completed it right then and there. But that's why we call World 8 the great equalizer, Krista. Here are the official times. MidiGuy, the winner of the race, with an official race time GG score of 34 minutes and 16 seconds. Stewie's time, 35 minutes and 3 seconds. So he cut 24 seconds out of that lead from MidiGuy. Just wasn't enough. But the big thing, you got to go back to the beginning of the race, Krista, where MidiGuy made that heads-up play using the Juggling Cloud to skip over those nasty Hammer Brothers that were giving both players troubles, got them to the finish line, and took a lead that MidiGuy would never relinquish.
Yeah, absolutely. That was galaxy brain level, because it was a bad set of Fire Bros to begin with that caused many deaths for poor MidiGuy. And it was a good call. If there was no Juggling Cloud play, I would have probably said, I'm going to hit that mushroom house, see if I can get a power up, and just do my best to survive it. That would have been the only option I had.
Almost certainly indeed. But I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break here as these runners are going to get prepared for game number 2. A must-win coming up here for Stewie Cartman. And the way both of these runners are playing, I am not going to call anything here. To me, this is anybody's match, Krista. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this go the distance.
Stewie is in chat saying whoever put Fire Bros in water battles is a jerk.
Well, you know who to blame for that? The creator himself.
Now you leave Fred alone.
Hey, I mean, it's up to us, Krista, to give Fred the evilest of ideas. You know that, right?
Yeah, everybody in chat knows that, I'm trying to get him to mod the game to make it much harder.
Well,
and then we could have a hard mode SMB3 Randomizer game. Well,
you can knock yourself out. I will stick with my flag settings. Thank you very much.
I think Zero is in chat. Zero knows me well from the Zelda community.
Oh,
Zero, aren't my seeds easy peasy lemon squeezy, Zero?
Well, as Zero thinks about that, I think we better take a little break here. When we come back, though, game number 2 between Meaty Guy and Stewie Cartman. If Meaty Guy wins it, he'll be moving on to the semifinals. We'll be right back here on Speed Gaming 3 for more of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament right after this.
Yes, please remember to hydrate and stretch.
All righty, folks. Welcome back to game number 2 of this quarterfinal matchup between MidiGuyDP and Stewie Cartman in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. LOZ Cards Fan 23 here, along with Krista Joy 730. MidiGuy ended up winning game number 1 and just needs to take one more victory to advance to the semifinals. Whoever wins this, by the way, will be taking on the defending champion, the Haxor, in the semis.
Ooh. What a draw. Yeah, that will actually be very fun to see.
Absolutely.
Man, all of these battles going forward are just so super high tier that, it's going to get even better than before. And I think we should have it required that Teeks rolls every seed.
I will say this, speaking of Teeks, we have a little bit of a history going on in this year's tournament. This will be the first time in Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament history that Mitch Flower Power, one of the most decorated runners of this tournament, will not make it to the podium because Teeks beat him 2-1 in his quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, oh, snap. It was amazing. But see, I believe in Teeks because Teeks has taught me so much about Mario Brothers 3. Like, he was really nice enough to take me under his wing. So that's why I always do door 3, even though I fail at it.
Well, this is about underway, so I'm going to go with World 4.
World 4? I gotta go 6 game. I'm always 6, but water level, yo!
And only 1 forward, as you can see by that panel number 10. We are starting with 3-6. By the way, the flag set for this particular match is Group 2, no end card game. Hammers are going to break locks. So that is a little bit of a difference that you're going to see in this game that you did not see in game number 1.
I love to see when hammers break locks, but then there's like a hammer deficit, so it means nothing.
Exactly, a shortage of hammers. You see these seeds where hammers don't break locks, you end up getting like 6 hammers, and then you have a seed where hammers break locks, you get maybe 1.
Yeah, that is literally the dream.
All right, now we have 1-6 as our next stop here. So we have 3-6, 1-6.
Now there is a slight lead on Stewie Cartman's side. I know Stewie is just going to play real aggressive.
Absolutely. He has to, knowing that he's down 1-0 against MidiGuy, and if he falls in this one, he is eliminated from the tournament. Stewie now going to check the pipe. Midi will, I would imagine, do the same. Let's take a look. Well, that enables him to skip panel 10.
Yeah, it acted like a double rock strategy.
And speaking of rocks, there's your hammer. So if there is a lock guarding Wendy's castle, they can use it, but they may save it. Let's take a look here. A lock does not guard Wendy's. However, Stewie is not going to use the hammer here.
MidiGuy is opting to play.
Yep, this is 3-3.
Yeah.
And Stewie, he is going to use it. He wanted that hammer, bro. Okay, that makes sense. Next up, there's the 6-8 that we know and love with the boss bass, Krista.
Yes! All right, let's put our prayers for a month.
Oh, Stewie split the 2 Koopas there. Now going to have to play the rest of this small.
Yeah, so that's really working on the danger zone for now, but Stewie emerged triumphantly. And this is an invalid seed.
And this is French vanilla. We have 3F2 nearby 3F2's vanilla spot. Very close to New York.
All right, it's time, Laws. We need to call Fred. This is just heresy right now. 2 invalid seeds and a French vanilla World 3-4.
And then look at this 3-5 now as well. That's what Stewie's playing at the moment. Meaty now taking care of the boom boom here. Stewie picks up a 1-up. Bet you forgot about that particular 1-up there, Krista. I certainly did.
Yeah, I forgot that even existed. Because usually I'm just dodging for my life. So I never thought to get a life. Oh man, that's amazeballs.
It most certainly is. Now, MidiGuy did not use the hammer, so that could come into play later on. So no hammers for Stewie. One left for Meaty as picks up the star here. But there's Boss Bass again. World 6 airship, so flat surface to handle the Wendy fight. Last time, she had all the Baconators. I would not be surprised if Bowser put her on a strict diet here in game number 2.
Something you don't want to see.
Right.
I'd love to see maximum chaos.
Oh, it's Earthquake again. All right, well, she did trim down. She did trim down. Yeah. You knew Bowser was going to do that. You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, Wendy basically told the other Koopa kids, get good this time.
Exactly.
And Teeks, how dare you roll Wendy low, so weak. Huh?
All right. So Stewie does have the lead again. He needs this to keep his tournament hopes alive and move on to the semifinals. But it is anybody's game at this point. It's a full fort difference at the moment. As we get a mushroom, and this fort is required. What do we have? It is the escalator fort 6F1.
Yes, and with all those lovely power-ups, Stewie is actually choosing the escalator ride.
I'm a little bit surprised, but I guess he wants to keep that power up. Well, he fell off. I don't think he meant to do that.
No, that was a total...
Oh, he got the clip.
Oh, that's why he got rid of the tail, because it's harder to clip with the tail.
So that was actually intentional. Yes, heads up.
Yes. That is a pro gamer moment. Oh my.
Wow. I didn't consider that. I've seen people try that clip, and most of the time, they don't get it. Wow. Heads up play there by Stewie. Because, yeah, it's much more difficult to get a clip like that with the tail on because of the old subpixels.
Yeah. Good play. You know, it's great that you can just casually do that, you know, whereas most of us usually will keep the tail. This enemy set is not fun.
It's 3-9 beta, no Boss Bass, no Angry Sun, but it's this enemy set. And look at what's guarding the pipe. And Stewie has to forfeit his mushroom. Now, MidiGuy is going to do the traditional damage boost in 6-1, the single, but he does lose his mushroom.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yep.
But you cannot do that level small.
Oh, and there's no star either for MidiGuy. Can't get the bro kill. Here's 5F2, which we saw MidiGuy have some problems with in game number 1.
Yes, Le Potable fort. But it's also
I don't think there's gonna be problems this time because we find a star on Stewie's side.
Yeah.
All right, now MidiGuy's about to be in for a big surprise.
Yes, and I hope that he can keep that power up.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Wow, nice dodging there by MidiGuy.
Yes, I told
More
you.
nice dodging, and now get up there, he's there. All right, got through that difficult ending of 3-9 beta. Stewie picks up a star, and MidiGuy going to pick up the fireworks here, so 10 extra lives. You know, considering that he was in live trouble for most of game number 1, not a bad insurance policy early on.
I think he's, you know, falling prey to the assumption that Teaksy seeds are bad seeds. You know, so you got to stock up that life count because you know you're going to die.
All right, next up we have 2-2.
Will we get the finish time of 280 or less? Nope.
What's the finish time of 280 or less represent, if you don't mind me asking?
It was a Teaksy thing where Teaks prefers, he did get 280.
Oh, yep.
Where
280.
They say it's an optimized time, and that's something that Teaks does. Like, he really watches that particular time and tries to get nothing under, like, 279. It means you got to get good. 278, retire.
World 4 airship here, and MidiGuy and Stewie opting not to use the hammer here. So, or Meaty Guy, rather. Stewie does not have the hammer. And low sodium Morton, one hitter quitter.
Ron Morton, what's up with this? Oh, I even sent him a box of Nathan's fries with extra salt.
Well,
and it still came out weak.
Well, Bowser must have discovered them and had to throw them in the trash. That's the only thing I can think of.
One does not simply throw out Nathan's fries. That's heresy.
I know it is, but this is Bowser we're talking about, not us.
Yeah, I mean, I gave Morton McDonald's fries last game, and that was even better. And you know you're having a bad day when McDonald's fries are better than Nathan's fries.
Right. Well, here is World 5, and it's panel number 8. 1-5 beta.
Yes. I love to call this the inverted goodness.
Yep, no coin heaven, no power-ups, and you really got to be careful here. Stewie, a little sloppy here, but does manage to get by.
Just barely.
All right, and it's a hammer, by the way. Both runners getting a hammer from the princess. All right, so we need to take that third pipe. Stewie going to play one of the coin ships here.
Yeah, that gatekeeping coin ships. Who would have thunk of such a thing? You don't think of it. This is a situation where it's thunk. It's amazing.
Oh, and it's a Jugum.
Jugum Cloud goodness, Laws. Oh my.
Yeah, these are some great items that we are seeing these runners end up getting here. And Stewie's going to play the other coin ship as well.
Yeah, why not? You know, you have about 5 or 6 seconds to spare. And you just go and see what other free item you can get. At the worst, it's going to be a star, but at best, it's going to be a music box. And that's what it is.
Well, it's, you know, World 7's still out there, so could come in handy at that point. So, Meaty Guy, I would imagine, is going to skip. Yeah. And we have 2 forts, and they both have to be played because one of them breaks a lock.
Yes.
And now we have a nasty situation of 2-3 with Boss Bass.
Yes, that and the, Goombas. And
yeah, the old Paragoombas that like to cause a lot of problem. You know, next to Boss Bass, I think Paragoombas are the worst enemy in the game. Nice job by Stewie. I mean, Fire Nippers are up there. Don't get me wrong. I don't like them either. Fire Chomps, ditto. But I think the nastiest enemy, just because of the frequency that they come up, Paragoombas. All right, we have the Air Force as we have a third coin ship being played by Stewie. So Stewie fishing for items here, and he's going to get a star. Well, there's that star that you were mentioning.
Yeah, that was the only item it could be, which makes me wonder why Stewie opted to go for that, considering that
because Meaty's now got the lead. Plus, he still has an extra hammer in reserves.
Yeah, because it's tight like a tiger right now. And, you know, the last thing you want to do if you're one game behind is give your opponent any opportunity.
All right, next up we have the World 1 fort here in World 5. He did try to do the clip one time, didn't get it though, unfortunately.
No, not at all. And this is the worthless fort because the lock was a blue lock, and typically it's usually the blue fort that opens blue locks. But
usually.
It is a teak seed.
It
is a teak seed, so you know it's random.
Yep, it most certainly is indeed. But that's usually the logic a lot of runners go by, is that the blue fort will break the blue lock. That's not always the case, but it tends to be more often than not. All right, so Stewie taking care of the Boom Boom as well. Now, Meaty Guy in the World 2 airship. Let's see if Roy bulked up here in game number 2. Well, he's got the earthquake.
And we've got 3.
4. Almost was our boy, but he just missed. He missed leg day.
Yeah. Poor Roy. You tried, buddy. You really did try. I will give you a slow clap. Just for hard work.
Wow. What the heck was going on Stewie's side? Was it 5 hits? Did we miss count?
I missed one?
I missed one?
Spectrum Cable, you have failed me. Oh man, this is almost as bad as having Comcast.
Yeah, I will officially turn in my math badge right about now, as we have 2 panel 10s, but there's the lock that Meaty Guy has. It's a free World 6, Krista.
Yep. And, you know, that's what I was thinking when I saw the hammers. I was like, it is totally going to be in play for World 6. And holy moly, it was 4, right? Okay, thank you. We have been vindicated.
Yeah, we have been vindicated. No, there was a question of what the maximum HP was, and it was 5. No, our math was good. It was 4, so I keep my badge.
Yeah.
Oh, Meaty Guy gets the skip.
Oh yeah, Midi Guy is on fire right now.
Yeah, Meaty's feeling it right now. But Stewie's not all that far behind, because remember, he had a hammer, so it's a free World 6 for him, too. There's the 3-hitter. Lemmy down for the count. Moving on to the 5th world.
You know, Laz, we have someone in chat that we're going to have to avenge ourselves by beating him in your marbles game.
Right. Well, going to have to wait until Saturday. All right, we have World 7, the Pipe Maze.
Yes.
Well, we found the way out, but unfortunately, a bridge has to be built. Let's see if it's 3F1.
Which is known as the Door 3 Fort.
Yeah, 3, 6, 3F1, whatever you want to call it. Meaty Guy is going to be the first to the boom boom fight. Now, Stewie taking a different path here, but I believe it's just going to converge anyways. Does this build the bridge? We're about to find out. If not, we got to go back. Negative.
Gotta go back.
All right, so I'm looking for 7F2.
Oh, that would be. You know what we haven't seen?
7F2. I just said it.
Yeah, 7F2 we haven't seen. But did we see the World 8 Fort? I don't think we did.
No, and I'm not going to say it's the World 8 4 because we're saving it for World 8. It's got to be in World 8.
It's got to be 3F2. But
3F2's gone. It's already been played.
It's the ghost of 3F2.
Okay, why not? That would be interesting if you could make a flag where the fort can appear more than once.
Yeah, you know, it is a teak seed, so, you know, we'll just give...
Yeah, all you had to do is talk about it, and the situation presents itself. There's your World 8 fort there, Krista.
Yes, I have permanently cursed it for not being in World 8.
And Stewie's right behind, so, again, runners are neck and neck, but advantage Meaty with that fire suit, because Stewie's going to have to power up.
Absolutely. And if we can get a 1 cycle right here, we're good to go.
That hot foot is probably going to put a kibosh to that. Yes, it will. So no 1 cycle. Maybe Stewie might have an opportunity. But no fire flower for Meaty Guy, and doesn't even want a part of it, and I don't blame him. Stewie, nice dodge of the hot foot. Gets the 1 cycle.
Now this is almost even Steven again.
Yeah, it's a boom boom fight worth of difference right now. They are neck and neck, and that's what you love to see in a tournament bracket race like this one, Krista.
Absolutely. You want the excitement, and our runners are bringing it 100%. But you know what other levels should be resurrectable? 5-9, Atlantis 7-5, and 6-6.
And 7-8.
Yes, we should be able to have that on repeat. You know, just so our runners can enjoy it more than once.
7-3 beta now for Meaty Guy, and Stewie picks up a star. I'm surprised Stewie played that because he did get a music box. Meaty does not have such a thing.
And speak of Piranha, let's see how well we do at this as Small Mario. Even though it's fairly easy because it is a Piranha stage.
Oh, Stewie got a little bit too close to Ludwig and cannot get the fire kill. It's a 3-hitter.
The lead has been flippity-flopping.
Oh, yes, it has a few times already in this seed. This is exactly what you want to see, like I mentioned. Right now, again, the pressure is on Stewie. He needs this to keep his tournament hopes alive. If Meaty Guy wins, he'll be moving on to the semis.
Yeah. And Midi does have that hammer still. There is the one hammer more than Stewie.
Yes, correct. Now, we do get an item from Bowser, but you have to check the inventory to find out what it is. A 2-fort World 4 here, and Stewie's going to play 5F1, hoping that this builds the bridge.
Yeah, the Forgotten Fort. You know, it was the one that was needed before, so Stewie's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and play it. I can't blame him.
Yeah, he's probably got the 5F1 theory in mind. Now, let's see what Meaty Guy decides to do. He's also going to play it safe. But does this build the bridge? Yes or no? No.
No. Oh, man, it would have been Galaxy Brain to skip this. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Usually, and this is just from what I've seen in commentary play before, usually when there are 2 forts and there's a fort close to start like that, 9 times out of 10, it does not build the bridge. And 4F1, which means 4F2 Donut Fort, telling you, it's in World 8 again.
Donut Fort, best fort this seed now. And now Midi Guy is seeing the bad news.
Yep, sees that the bridge has not been built. We have to play the second fort again. 4F1, not so bad, but Meaty Guy runs into a hammer bro, uses the star, good idea, it's Sledge Bros, and picks up another hammer!
Another hammer.
This could get interesting here. Let's look at the map on Stewie's side. He used the music box. That's a hammer he will not have.
Oh, dear.
So even though Stewie has the lead in terms of what we see right now, Meaty Guy has 2 hammers to his credit.
Yes, and that is going to be a big deal.
And now Meaty Guy going to be playing 4F1, and let's see how Iggy fares this time. 2 is not enough. 3, no dice. 4, big brains. He's got the 5-hitter working for him this time.
Nice! It means that finally Iggy didn't go to trade school but went to Harvard and now is stuck with a whole bunch of loans. I love it.
The one thing that could help Stewie here is if World 8 has a lot of bridges. And that hammer is useless for me to get at that point. Of course, if you're on Team Meaty Guy, you're hoping for 4 locks.
That's exactly, 4 locks is the way to go.
Well, and here's an opportunity. Look at the path Stewie is going to have to take. Meaty Guy has the hammers. We're going to see a change in leadership very shortly. Look at all the levels Stewie has to play to get to that fort.
Remember, we were just talking about how hammers can be 100% the game changer, and in this case, it totally is.
Oh, it most certainly is. Meaty Guy is going to take a lead, and he's still going to have 1 hammer left. Because Stewie has to play 3 levels. Meaty Guy doesn't have to play any. 2-5 now. I mean, at least the levels, if you're on Team Stewie, weren't terrible. I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been Atlantis, 7-5, all those nasty things.
Yeah, Teeks, what happened, buddy? I am disappointed in this.
Oh, but here is now the test of clipping. It's 7-1, and pyramid for Stewie now.
Now, this can be a time sink if you cannot get these clips immediately.
And we have commentated races before where that has been a factor.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness gracious, Stewie playing with fire here in the pyramid level. MidiGuy still struggling with the clip here in 7-1. That is enabling Stewie to catch up.
Yeah, he's jumping a bit too soon, and I think that's part of the issue.
Oh, absolutely it is. So yeah, Stewie doesn't even have to play the 4, but now look at this. Now, unfortunately for Stewie, he's small. Midi does get the clip, and Stewie will take the intentional 100 coin fine.
Absolutely, because Stewie does have a power-up item that will...
Oh, he has a leaf, or he has to use his hammer, bro, and he's going to use the leaf. It's going to make the clip tougher, but let's see what happens. Oh.
That's going to be real tough. Ooh, boy.
All right, Jugum usage for MidiGuy. Going to use the star on these fire bros and gets a refund on the Jugum cloud. And yes, and this is where the tail is really hurting Stewie.
Yeah, that was what I was saying. Honestly.
All right, the World 7 airship wrapping things up here, and right now that lead is widening for Midi again.
Yes, this is just such an unfortunate sort of snipe, but it was just proper hammer usage, you know?
Yep, I mean, and getting them. It's not just the usage there, but just getting the hammers outright, because Stewie missed 2 hammers that could have helped. Well, actually, he missed 1. And you're right. Part of it was usage, and part of it was that Midi got a bonus hammer that Stewie never got.
Because he's going to be bringing in that hammer into World 8.
Which could come in handy. And speaking of World 8, I want you to tell me, ladies and gentlemen, how many bridges will it take to build the path to Bowser's Castle? Stewie finally gets the clip, but unfortunately, he is going to need a World 8 Great Equalizer that's really going to be a World 8 Great Equalizer. There's a frog suit, 2 bridges. 2. 5-9, and MidiGuy juke him that! Oh, things are not looking good here for Stewie here, Krista.
No, not at all. Oh my goodness. This is like a Game 7 choke by the Maple Leaf.
And it is not 4 bridges, unfortunately. We see a lock that is guarding the Navy.
And there's that first lock broken.
Yep. Now, we will see if that breaks another lock, or if it builds a bridge, or if it breaks the lock that it would have broken.
That would be absolutely fantastic. And we would love every minute of it. Especially Stewie, who is right now just regretting not having a Jugum cloud.
Well, it didn't go to waste. Another lock. That means it's either 1 bridge or it's no bridges.
Imagine the dream of the all lock level.
Yeah, remember, if you're on Team MidiGuy, you were hoping for all locks, and we're just about getting that.
Why do I shout out the Maple Leafs? I also shout out the Cubs.
All right, now, Media is checking the 3rd pipe. Let's see where it takes him to. 1 bridge is needed. It is not over yet, but time running out for Stewie.
All right, let's see if... Wow, a tank level that's a tank. Fred!
You'll love to see it. Super tanks. More often than not, this tends to be a gatekeeper. Let's see if that ends up being the case tonight.
All right, let's see if Sergeant Boom Boom is going to be blowed up. And that's exactly the case. Oh, poor Boom Boom. You know, trying to do some work, and Mario just comes in and just steps on his head.
Oh, I know, right? All right, so MidiGuy, I would imagine, is going to do a pipe check here. He's going to see if that broke the lock. If not, it does build the bridge for MidiGuy. He is home free, and sub 30 is definitely in the cards.
Yes. And whoever said go Cubs, come on, you know the Cubs training tickets are worth maybe $1.25. And did you see that clip?
He got the clip, yes indeedy. Now,
ooh, but almost lost his
yeah, he almost fell. That could have been disastrous right there. Now is he going to get the mac and cheese? No. And he's not going to go for it a second time because he knows who he's up against. Stewie sees the bad news about that bridge And he's about to see some more bad news. No laser beam. Hi,
Let's
Bowser.
go.
And bye, Bowser.
Bowser.
And
That's
that
for
is
eating those
gonna
fries.
do it. MidiGuyDP is moving on to the semifinals and will be taking on the Haxer, a GG, and it's sub 29.
Yeah, look at that. Ooh, that was a great time, especially for a teak seed. I mean, because usually teak seeds are about, for me, an hour and 30 minutes, but for normal speed runners, like in the 40s.
And again, once again, Stewie is going to make up a lot of time here in World 8. But again, just was behind the 8 ball, and what really set him back this time was the hammer usage. I mean, Meaty, you picked better spots to use the hammers, and he got that bonus hammer, which was the insurance
Stewie with
policy.
His clip. Oh no!
Wow,
Stewie.
This is. And he's going to get mac and cheese. He's going to play the immaculate World 8 Bowser's Castle, isn't he? Look at that! I called it! Both times he got the mac and cheese here in Bowser's Castle, and at both times it's going to be too little too late.
Yeah, making it look easy.
And he's going to get a sub 30, and it's not going to be enough, Krista.
Oh my goodness. 2 sub 30s on a teak seed. Teeks, what is that telling you about yourself right now, Teeks? Come on, Teeks. You got to do better next time.
Well, it's telling them these runners are good.
Yes. The high caliber level of almost every runner in the Mario Brothers 3 community is, it ranges from amazing to godlike.
All right, here were the official times I'm going to tell you right now. MidiGuyDP's winning time, 28 minutes and 30 seconds. Stewie, 29 minutes and 48 seconds, a difference of 78 seconds.
Phew.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have our winner, MidiGuyDP, here in the commentators booth with us. GG, congratulations. A 2-0 sweep. You are moving on to the semifinals, and the Haxer, the defending champion, will be awaiting you there. How you feeling?
Oh boy. Okay, my hand's not shaking on the outside, but I'm pretty sure on the inside, if that would be a thing, I think I'm shaking somewhere. This is by far the furthest I've ever made it in these tournaments, and so it's pretty dang hype. And kind of nostalgic, because I think this is going to be like the 4th time I'm going to be facing the Haxor.
Well, and maybe this will be the opportunity where you make your mark on this tournament, knock out the defending champion, and punch your ticket into the Grand Championship. Of course, you got to take it one game at a time here, but I'll tell you what, what won you the game number 2 was 2 things. Number 1, your timing of using your hammers here. You kind of held them up in stock. Number 2, you got a bonus hammer that Stewie never got.
Damn. Which one was it again? I must have played an extra bro somewhere, I guess.
You played an extra bro. It was in World 4, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Because
it was
Stewie used the music box there and missed out on that bonus hammer. And that actually ended up being the difference, because he had to play 3 extra levels where in World 1.
Yes, you were able to break the law.
Now, World 8, Stewie beat you on World 8 both times. He made up a lot of ground in game number 1, because you were ahead by, I said it was 71 seconds, and it ended up, and he gained 24 seconds on you. He gained a lot more time this time around, but he was already well behind the 8 ball. You had a pretty comfortable lead at that point.
Yeah, that second game was, that went by pretty smoothly overall for me. That was probably one of the best runs I think I've ever done in Rando overall.
Oh yeah, you pretty much were on your game, especially in game number 2. I mean, your resource management was tip top. You play a game like that against the Haxor, I think you can beat them.
Yeah, you're gonna give them cause to worry. I mean, that time you have, despite having the issue in 7-1, which wasn't very friendly to you.
Both of you unfortunately did struggle with 7-1. Stewie, unfortunately, his power-ups were kind of dry, had to resort to using a tail rather than using the Hammer Bro suit. And that could have been another equalizer as well. If Stewie could have gotten the mac and cheese on that one, we might be talking game number 3.
And another big play for MIDI Guy was clouding out of 5-9.
Oh, you mean as at the beginning of the first race?
No, towards the end of race 2. One of the levels that you clouded was actually 5-9, and we unfortunately did not have a cloud. Did have to play 5-9 in its entirety.
Yeah, that's another level right there. I don't know how long 5-9 is off the tap, but it's got to be over a minute.
Yeah, I think last I heard it was like in the 45, 50 seconds or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely not the shortest level overall. And yeah, so that was like that last level of World 1, I guess you're talking about overall. Dang.
Yes, correct,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I had a comfortable amount of hammers and I was pretty confident that once I knew World 1 was coming up next, and I had a feeling I was going to be able to use the hammer, though I was definitely worried about World 8, because World 8 and hammers make all sorts of things happen. That's for sure.
And it turns out you really didn't need any hammers for that World 8, because as I mentioned, Stewie more or less routed it correct to get the bridge built in the Super Tanks level.
Gotcha. So I heard that Teeks is I saw Teeks is the one that rolled our second seed. I was terrified.
Yeah, I saw that in race time. You were like, hi.
Though overall, that seed was tame, except for one thing. In that beta stage, 3-9, I think it was.
Oh, yes, with the Batui at the end of that level. Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
That was just...
Yeah, we were...
Yeah.
Yeah, we were praying for you to keep that power up, because we knew you would have to damage boost to get through it. So that was absolutely nasty.
Yeah. Oh, was Stewie ahead of me at the time? I'm assuming.
Yes, the game number 2 went back and forth. You're gonna have to watch it, but once the World 1 map showed up and we saw that lock and we saw the convoluted path that Stewie had to take to break that lock, that was the change in leadership you got, and you never let go after that. Game number 1, though, you pretty much led wire to wire.
Game number 1 was an adventure, I believe, for both of us. First, that start, I just had flashbacks to Haxor's match last night when we were just blocked by that Fire Bro area.
Oh, yeah, Fire Bros, underwater.
That was rough.
Yeah, both of you took a pair of deaths to the Fire Bros, so you were really in a lives deficit, both of you, early on in game number 1.
Yeah, and I didn't want to deal with it. I was like, I think it's more beneficial to just cloud the other level tile on the other side and head into the pipe and hope for the best. Got lucky right there, that's for sure. It went right to the end.
It was a great heads-up play by you.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That was totally Galaxy Brain to do it, rather than keep the death counts going.
Oh, that's I definitely didn't want a game over. I mean, we would have had to play like another level to boot, and then still have to deal with that Fire Bro. That's for sure, unless we beat him somehow after that. But yeah, other things in game 1, I took a lot of deaths. I'm guessing Stewie probably did too. Something tells me we both struggled quite a bit on game 1 overall, because I think I took like 6 or 7 deaths overall. I shook off the everything after that Fire Bro incident, but starting World 4, that started up again, and I was like, ooh, boy, this is getting crazy.
we were tempted to start a hashtag blame dust in the chat for you guys. You know, just say it was great for chat and commentary, but it was rough on the runners.
Oh, for sure. That was something else. Though, man, I could have sworn there was something else noteworthy that happened in Seed 1 that I'm trying to remember. I think it had to do with World 6. I know the second race, World 6, you just blinked and you miss it, basically.
Pretty much here. We do have also Stewie Cartman here in the commentator's booth with us. A valiant effort. Your World 8s, I must say tonight, right on the money in both games. I mean, you play them about as good as you could have. Unfortunately, you were just too far behind the 8-ball in both games.
Yeah, when I saw the World 1 layout in Game 2, I knew that was it.
Yeah.
I had a feeling I was ahead going into that.
You were.
And then when I saw where the lock was, I just said, that's it. I just lost right there.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it, and I know you're in the chat right now listening in, but yeah, when you use the music box in World 4 in game number 2...
Was one of those bros in World 4 a hammer?
Yes, it was.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I even used any music boxes in game 2.
Other than that, yes. Oh, you did not know. You did not, MidiGuy.
I knew the one time I was going to skip every bro that one of them was going to be something I'd want.
Yep, as we always like to say, especially myself, because this has become my mantra over the years, the game knows.
It does.
Oh, yeah. Like, reading our minds.
This game knows when you're on a good run, it's like, oh hey, let me just slam on the brakes for you.
Wall, up here, it's shiny, you love it, but you don't. Get out of my way. Okay. Nope. That's basically what 7-1 was. I struggled quite a bit on the clips on 7-1 as well.
Yeah,
I was big.
Did.
I feel like I had
point though for Stewie, he had the tail, which does add an added level of difficulty.
I was not burning my hammer suit just to clip 7-1. No way.
Yeah,
certainly didn't blame you, because that ended up being the only Hammer Brothers suit in that seed. So yeah, I could totally understand that decision.
It was either burn my leaf and try and clip that way, or try and clip 7-7 style.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I've only seen that once so far.
I've done it a couple of times and it sucks.
Wait just a minute. Clipping 7-7 style in 7-1? What is that about?
Hold on, Laws. There is a clip I have of doing it. I can post it in chat.
Sweet. I want to see this, because I know about the 7-7 clip. I've only seen it in races maybe once, but I know about the clip that you're talking about in 7-7.
Yeah, I believe I saw.
I know somebody in my chat clipped it.
I will say, though, nice clip in 6F1 earlier today. That was pretty fantastic, Stewie.
No, that's always
that was for the memes.
Well, you nailed it, because there was no possible way for a bro in that case, because I think MidiGuy got there, and I think it was just leaf, mushroom, something.
Yeah, and apparently at the end of that World 1, I apparently clouded 5-9.
Yep, and that was another thing that ended up being a time sink for Stewie. I mean, MidiGuy, it's just one of those C's, resource management. I don't care if you're playing this game or Zelda Randomizer, it's always a big deal when you're in a tournament race, resource management.
Yeah, he just manages just right. Though, I think I wouldn't be surprised if both of us were like pretty low-ish on resources on the first race.
It was giant resources, because you guys weren't getting nothing.
We got nothing game 1. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to remember another noteworthy thing that happened in game 1, but I just can't remember.
I'll tell you something about game number 1, Meaty. You're probably going to have 5F2 in your nightmares, because you had a couple of bad deaths there.
I think I found it.
Yeah, I feel like I brain farted a few times on 5F2, and it's I think I was trying to go for the traditional PSP strat that I've seen done by a lot of runners, though I do it a little differently, and I'm just used to that. Then I just try it that way, and I see I wasn't actually going to make that jump, so I put on the brakes, but then the Potable gets me right after. And then next life, I just do a small jump and just die.
Well, it's that clip I just posted in chat, that's it.
All right, I'm looking at it right now.
I know this was a grand time. And I was definitely terrified of that of the teak seed.
Wow, there it is, right through the pipe. Holy smokes, that is crazy that you can do that 7-1 clip small by going through the pipe. But yeah, that does look like it's dang near impossible to get.
You need P speed to do that, or else it's impossible.
Yeah, I saw Mitch do it one time. I don't know if it was in a race or if it was in a practice run or something like that. But yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, oh man.
You know, considering this is Mitch we're talking about, I wouldn't be surprised if he's done it in a run.
I'm
Same.
sure he probably has.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But dang. I can't remember any other noteworthy things right now. Apart from eating inputs in game 1, they were kind of aplenty.
Yeah, we did see you take a couple of dives on the airship and then one in the lava fort as well. And it was just an unfortunate experience for you. And we were like, oh man, that was just a missed butt push or input.
Pretty much. And then, I don't know, I think my right hand was on brake during, was it 5-7? But I just ran right into the holes. Like, no concept of holes there.
We saw that happen because 5-7 is usually a pretty straightforward level, but then right in the hole there, and that couple deaths there, but then Stewie took a couple of unfortunate deaths that kind of neutralized that.
Dang. Yeah. I guess both of us were like just shaking off the.
Yeah. There were some sloppy deaths in game number 1 for both of you, but it looked like both of you kind of played really, really well in game number 2. It's just game number 2 came down to resource management, and Meaty Guy. Sometimes it just works out that way. 2 games to nothing. You're moving on to the semifinals to take on the defending champion, the Hacksaw. But Stewie, you played really, really well today. It's just one of those things. If one thing goes the other way, it might be you winning this 2-0.
It happens.
Oh, the rando. Always a fun time.
It most certainly is. Well, gentlemen, I have no further questions. How about you, Krista?
No, I just wanted to thank them both for giving us one heck of a show. Both runners are showing off such exceptional skill that, people who are new to the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer community, they can see the quality that's in our community, and they will be more likely to join up to be a part of the high-class team. So thank you so much.
All right. And with that, a lot of fun. Yep, absolutely. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Great races, both of you, all the way through. And again, we wish you the best of luck, Meaty Guy, in your semifinal matchup against the Hacksaw.
Many thanks, and thanks for having me on this. It's always a grand time.
Yep, and Stewie, again, a great performance here today. I know it didn't go the way you were hoping it would go, but I know we'll definitely see you in next year's tournament.
Definitely.
All right. Please make sure you give both of our runners here, MidiGuyDP and Stewie Cartman, a follow. The last of our quarterfinal matchups between Pro A 007 and Paradox 64 will be taking place on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We don't know what channel it's going to be on just yet, so please make sure you are checking the schedule to find out where that is going to be. So, Krista, any final thoughts before we wrap things up here on SpeedGaming 3?
Just a simple little thing. Chat, and to those who are looking at us on video on demand later, thank you so much for spending your time with us. We would not be here if it wasn't for the support of the Super Mario Bros. Randomizer fans. So thank you so much. It was an absolute dream to co-commentate with you again, Laz.
Absolutely.
And on that note, I'm dipping out.
All right. For my commentator partner, Krista Joy 730, and for everybody here on SpeedGaming 3, and again, please make sure you go give both of our runners, MidiGuyDP and Stewie Cartman, a follow. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you again on Saturday for the last of our quarterfinals in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Take care.
Good
Take
night.
care.